Hi, it's Carrie. In this Methods Monday, I wanted to talk about the best practice for carrying out your systematic or scoping or other evidence synthesis review search. And I have the Cochrane Handbook pulled up here in my browser, Chapter 4, Searching for and Selecting Studies. And you might say, Carrie, I'm not doing a Cochrane review. Why do I have to follow Cochrane guidance? Well, Cochrane guidance is really detailed, and it's considered a best practice for all systematic review authors, whether or not you're doing a review for Cochrane. So I highly recommend reading it in your free time. It's going to help you understand the systematic review process much more than you already do. And of course, I'm a little biased. I'm sorry to admit bias. But my favorite chapter is Chapter 4, Searching for and Selecting Studies. And why is that? Because I am the librarian on the team, and I am the one who does searching, creates the searches, runs the searches, exports the searches, reports the searches, and manages the results. One of the things I wanted to point out here is in section 4.2.2, they talk about minimizing bias in systematic reviews and why you'd want to minimize bias in this kind of a methodology. And then the one thing I wanted to point out the most today is this sentence. Unlike for tasks such as study selection or data extraction, it is not considered necessary or even desirable for two people to conduct independent searches in parallel. And that's because the search needs to be run on the same day by one person so that you're getting systematic results from every resource you've searched. And the searches need to be systematic, but that's a topic for another day. And so they are recommending strongly that only one person carries out the searches. Now, the search can be created by more than one person. The search can be peer-reviewed by more than one person. But when it comes time to running the search in the resources, it's carried out on one day by one person. And that's for the formal search. The gray literature searching, the hand searching, of course, that comes later. That doesn't all have to be done on the same day. But the reason I say this is these databases are frequently updated daily. So what if you search Medline on Monday and then you search Embase on Friday? You're going to have missed records that were published in Medline between Monday and Friday, and then it isn't like a fair playing field. You've searched one ahead of time and one later, and so you might have missed something. So let's be systematic about this, shall we? And also, I wanted to point out this really great letter to the editor from Library Kirsten. She's on Twitter. This was in June of this year, 2023, and she was responding to an article that was offering guidance on how to conduct systematic reviews, and the people who wrote this article just had not read any of the guidance. It was very clear. She made an excellent point about one individual carrying out the search strategy and gave some citations from the Cochrane Handbook, which we just looked at. So I've done the systematic subset, and then I've done 2 reviewers searched in proximity of each other in the title and abstract by 5 words, or 2 authors searched, same thing, title, abstract, 5 words. And we get at least 1,600, close to 1,700 offenders here, and this is just in the abstract. If we dug into the papers, I'm sure we would find some things that would make us gasp. And so I'll just point out what we're seeing. 2 reviewers independently searched the online databases. That's not okay. That's not systematic. And if you look into the article, often you'll see that one author searched one way, one author searched another way, or that most of the time they didn't even provide the search. So we have no idea what they did. It's not reproducible, transparent, or any of the things that good science and research should be. Let's look at a couple more. PubMed and PsycInfo were searched. 2 blind authors screened. Okay, that's actually okay. We saw that it's recommended for 2 authors to screen, at least 2 authors to extract data, at least 2 read the Cochrane Handbook. 2 authors independently searched for articles using the keywords. Hopefully they gave us a little more detail than that, but that's still not okay. Let's look at this one. Studies were searched, screened, and coded by 2 reviewers. So that's a no. I just love looking at these. Searched. Okay, so only 2 reviewers were involved in screening, selecting. They didn't talk about the search here in the abstract. Let's go into one. Let's pick this one and go into it and see. So 2 reviewers independently searched the literature. Let's take a look. And if journal editors and peer reviewers understood this, we'd see less of this getting published. That's something I strongly believe. If they knew what any of the existing guidance had to say about how the search for evidence synthesis should be carried out, we wouldn't see things getting published that aren't really systematic in their nature. So let's keep going down. 2 independent reviewers independently conducted their literature searches following the preferred reporting items for systematic reviews and meta-analyses, which if you've watched any of my videos at all, you'll know what I have to say about that, which is Prisma does not tell you how to search, it tells you how to report. It tells you nothing, 0 things about how to search. The databases searched included PubMed, Embase in the Cochrane Library, and the Web of Science. The search aimed to identify RCTs, examining the role of EGF-containing topical products on recovery and prevention of PIH after laser therapy. The search encompassed articles published from the inception of the databases until June 2023. Would love to see a date. The search strategy combined keywords such as, is that all, or is it these, or such as these? We have no idea. Laser, epidermal growth factor, EGF, rhEGF, post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, and pigmentation. So again, I ask, such as, or are these the terms? And is this reproducible? It is not. We have no idea how these terms were combined, or tagged, or run, or any of that. I don't mean to point out just this one because, believe me, it is not the only offender, but if it just completely boggles my mind that someone wakes up one day and says, I'm going to publish a systematic review, and then they read 0 guidance about how to do that process. And so that's why I'm doing these videos, because if you are going to do a systematic review, I'm telling you exactly where to look. And there is so much good guidance here, and it is 100% free. Takeaway lesson from this video: 1 author does the search. Do you have access to a librarian who can help you with this? Talk to them about it because they are experts. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.